All right, guys, hold on. We're watching UUU here. Right now, it's still building up some good momentum in this range. I want to kind of focus on it right now, and then we'll get started with the rest of the stream stuff later. Four or five is definitely big support. Looks like it's bouncing off that support again here. Big question is if we're going to break 5. If you go here to the daily chart, 5 is huge resistance. Many floors, many retests, many bounces off this area, former support and former resistance. If we could break this area, I could see this thing running all the way to 6 fairly quickly. Maybe not pre-market, but overall. Right now, I'd like to kind of see a 5-minute setup form. It's in a really critical support zone. I'm not sure if we're going to break 4 or 5. If we do, I'd probably pick some up around the break of 4 or 5 if it's weak. At the moment, I'm just kind of watching this one, waiting for more of a, maybe a 5-minute setup of some sort. It's good. Just watching it closely. Amen, Cruiser. Ooh, I just took my blue light glasses off, and I feel like I've just entered a different world. Trying to break here, gaining some momentum again. Everyone's watching that $5 zone. Can we break above $5? We hit $4.92. This is already a double top of pre-market action. You can see on the 5-minute chart as well. Thanks, Houston. UUU looks like it's going for it here. Even with kind of the weird catalyst UUU has, that 2 million float really kind of shows the power on a setup like this. Nice breakout there. Could have maybe bought the 8.8 pullback. Still pulling back, light pullback there. Looking for that breakout at 4.9. Can we break 5? That's the big question here. It's taking a little bit long. I'm going to close this one out. It just seemed a little bit slow for a breakout. Who knows? Maybe it's going to break out now, but I didn't really want to be part of something that was just going to take so long. There it goes. There goes the flush. So that's what I was worried about. Whew. Anyway, guys, good morning. Welcome back to the live stream. It's 9:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's October 29th. So we got plenty of time here. It's a Thursday. The week's wrapping up, and it's you know, we're green this week, but it's been a heck of a week. You know, Monday we were up, and then we gave it all back Tuesday. And then Wednesday we were up. And then at first, today, I was giving it all back as well. I was down 240 on ITP, but now I'm up 355 on UUU. Up on the day here about, I don't know, 110 bucks with day trading. The rest are the swing trades. So it wasn't really a good pre-market. I think I fumbled around quite a bit here. I did a lot of trades on UUU, and I did quite a lot of trades on ITP, which is a Chinese ticker, and I don't trade those tickers good. I don't know, for some reason I have a really bad read on them. I do my classic trading on them, but somehow, especially closer to $1, I find them very difficult because, you know, then 1-2 cents is already kind of a big move. It's just harder to trade. I really like those sweet spots between $2 and $7, and that's where we are right here with UUU. Yeah, Tyler, man, I feel you. I feel you so hard on that. I don't know if you guys saw the catalyst with UUU. It's a bit of a weird one. Letter from 9.9% shareholder advocating against a delisting, which I think is probably a good idea. They seem really upset with management, and they're complaining quite heavily. Here's the letter. And remember, guys, if you guys want the watch list, I post all these links in my watch list, so just check that out. It's tradejournal.co/Winkler, and then you can see the latest post watch list there. Here, I'll show you if you guys are curious. That way, if you're ever, you know, can't find any news on a ticker, at least you can see what I've wrote about it if you're curious, and then, you know, maybe it's you realize, okay, well, Alex didn't find anything either, so at least we're all on the same page. But sometimes I check, you know, multiple channels for some catalysts. So here's the link if you guys are curious. Still watching UUU. I find it the most interesting at the moment. Also the lead gapper on the day. I've been, you know, ITP, man. I didn't even have bad trades with this ticker. Just somehow I just constantly wasn't walking away profitable. USA Security and Protection Services Company, 2 million. No, wait, that's the wrong ticker. Sorry. Chinese paper and paper products. 23 million float, 24 million market cap. They did, looks like they did like a stress test, more or less, like a safety test. What happens if X, you know, happens in the factory? Everything looked like it was going pretty well. So that's kind of why the ticker's up today. You know, both these tickers, ITP and UUU, aren't exactly like amazing tickers, I gotta say. But I mean, catalyst. But we'll see what happens. I'm still watching UUU. I'm trying to do a little bit less dip trading. ITP, I was doing dip trading and it cost me quite a bit. Lately, a lot of these really hot, high flyer stocks, the dip trading has been a little bit trickier because once they do pull back, it's usually more aggressively than we're used to. But if you know, if you're aware of that, then you can walk away sometimes with some decent little profits. Small trade here on UUU. Selling off still. Was thinking about averaging down there for a second, but like I was just saying with the dip buys, I don't want to be really averaging down too much into these. They're already risky enough as they are. I feel like this is pretty big support here around the VWAP, so I'm going to give this one kind of a quick opportunity here. All right, taking some profits on that really quick move. Very small. It was a 4 cents a share, guys. That's very small move. That wasn't even a base hit. It was more or less a scratch. I was hoping for a little bit quicker resolution, maybe a 2%. I was hoping for. Probably walked away with yeah, barely a percent on that one. Just about a percent, so like a half a base hit. Wow, this is gonna be a lot of work documenting these tomorrow. I think I'm already in pretty deep with my trading today. Oh, nice. Okay, so that was the bounce I was waiting for. You know, on some of these tickers, I'm very impatient. I don't like waiting sometimes more than 30 seconds. So if we don't get that quick resolution, you know, I'm pretty much out. Sometimes, you know, it depends. You know, every trade's a little bit different. Sometimes I'm looking for a larger setup. Sometimes I'm accumulating near support. Sometimes I'm buying pullbacks. I'm buying dips. That's why you always want to know, you know, yourself why you're trading, what you're trading. That's a really important part. And again, this is really not, you know, to follow me or, you know, follow anyone else in the chat room. It's kind of learning here as a community. Fortunately, my swing trades, man, yesterday it took quite a hit. I was almost down 4,000 on my swing trades, which I was like, oh man. My day trading profits for October are looking to be a little bit north of 5,000 if we pretty much drew a line in the sand right now. So, you know, it's a pretty decent chunk of my overall day trading profits. But, you know, that's how swing trades go sometimes, you know. Especially once you have a larger portfolio. UUU has a lot of energy behind this ticker. It's just absolutely insane. Right now, it is on the backside of a move. Starting to be on the backside, right? First indication it's on the backside is the clear break for the 9 EMA. Then we had a confirmation that it's on the backside when it had a retest of the 9 EMA and was not able to break above it. Now it looks like it might break VWAP, which is a further continuation that we are on the backside of a move higher. Now, if VWAP holds and we break back a move above the 9 EMA, then this could be actually a pretty nice possible cup and handle here. If you guys zoom out all the way, and even on the 5-minute shows a little bit nicer, you can kind of see here a nice move to the upside. We have a little bit of a cup, kind of not really clear, but a nice solid round and bottom, and now we are kind of pulling back again, looking for ideally a little bit of resolution here. So this is going to be an interesting setup here. Out of all the ways to trade, I'm not even really sure, Trey, what you totally mean by that question. I'm not sure, Constantine. If you didn't get filled, remember TD Ameritrade does not start trading till 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check if the price was before or after that. But their support will always be able to help you out the best. So I don't know if you guys see this, but this is kind of the, whoa, that's a huge, so the question is, can we go up higher here? That is the question. Control Shift 7. I'm playing around with this new tool I have. I don't know if it's the best idea to be doing right now. Plus, my laptop probably can't even handle this amount of drawing skills over 9,000. Pins is over 50. That's why I'm not really looking at it. But yeah, had a nice pre-market move. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for the support. Look at you guys popping up here again. All right, guys, simmer down, simmer down. I'll release a painting soon. UUU 9:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm thinking, does Baby Jesus want to give us another trade? And kind of looks like he might. Calm down, Picasso. Yeah, exactly. Nice breakout here. Unfortunately, it's on very light volume, but this is technically a 5-minute breakout. Could be a good setup. Keep an eye on it, guys. This thing, you know, still might be trying to break that 5-minute $5 point. Still in an upwards trend overall on the 5-minute, but on the 1-minute was in the downwards trend for a little bit. The Bob Ross type video. Then you're going to see some landscapes with chart patterns inside of landscape. That would be kind of cool. I would probably buy that. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a stair stepper mountain range right there. UUU trying really hard to do a little bit of a continuation. Gotta say, I'm a little bit nervous trading this one right now. Oh, there was a bit of a dip. 9:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got another 10 minutes here before the market opens. Quick reminder, guys, especially for those of you new, we always wrap up trading usually around 10:30 a.m. And then we'll start talking about swing trades until about 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we're pretty much done for the day. Sometimes we wrap up a little earlier, sometimes a little later, but usually around 11. Yeah, Corey, that would be cool. If it was a mountain range, it would have to end with a cliff. Like a perfect uptrending mountain range with a very nasty cliff at the end. Thanks, DJ. Straight knows that. Yeah, into a valley. The valley of 10:30, or valley of noon, lunchtime break valley. Oh boy. That would actually be a fun shirt. I need to get an artist. I gotta commission it. Yeah, Corey, I almost said you as instead of your name. Yeah, Corey, I feel the same with you. I think it's been a very aggressive kind of pre-market here, and so it might be a little bit overtraded already. So will be good to keep a different ticker in mind as well. I think my favorite part about this ticker is really that 2 million float has that spike ability. It was gapping up around 80% pre-market. Now it's about 125. When I mean 80%, I mean like around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, roughly. Again, that letter to the shareholders is a very weird catalyst for this thing to be up so much. So I think it's just a bunch of eager beavers, just a bunch of day traders that freaking need to get their trading fix in. Otherwise, I don't really feel like this is a super warranted kind of move. Just my thoughts. I'm going to do a quick restroom break and then you're ready for that open. Heiko's, my brother Heiko's flying, I think today. He's complaining that they don't serve alcohol anymore on flights because of, I think it's due to coronavirus. Such a funny problem. I feel his pain. Nothing like a cranberry vodka on the flight. That's my go-to flight cocktail. It's pretty basic, but something about it gets me all excited. Especially for an international flight. 2 of those suckers. And watch a movie. Oh, I'm right on track. All right. UUU, guys. Really looks like it's trying to peek over the cliff here on the VWAP, but I think based on that fading volume, this thing has that possibility that it might want to crack here. Either way, it's going to break to it's either the upside or downside really soon. We've got another 3 minutes here till the market opens, so time for some decision. I'm going to get ready. I'm not going to trade any more pre-market. I'm going to get my orders all set up, ready to go, calm and collected, just make sure everything is looking clean. Most likely, I won't trade in the first 2-3 minutes of the market open unless we see something really good. Markets right here though are only up 0.1%, so I'm not too worried about TD Ameritrade having huge issues. Like I said, it's really once the markets are moving too much at the open, that's when a bunch of stops get triggered, and that's really where you have a bit more issues. On May 25th. You might have to send me a reminder, Tyler, but yeah, we could plan for that. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. We'll talk about it. Yeah, Corey, probably. Says nice. That's some dedication I like to hear. Good for you, man. Commitment is key with everything you do in life. UUU guys, 466. This is an interesting zone. For some reason my computer feels really slow right now. Not a big fan of it. Do I have something open that I shouldn't have open? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna close Firefox for the open. All right, guys, watching UU very closely here. We got another minute and a half before the market opens. I'm really tempted to take a trade right now. I actually really like the overall setup here. There and try to maybe reduce position size a little bit. That sometimes clears my head, although, you know, sometimes it's also, you try to make up for, you know, smaller size by taking bigger risks, but just getting a flow state is really important. That's why pre-market, I always start with small size, and you'll notice my sizes pre-market gets bigger and bigger and bigger throughout pre-market, just because I'm trying to get into a flow state. That saved me today. I probably would have stopped out today with ITP if I started right off out of the gates with big position size, because I really messed up ITP. I traded that horribly. Oh boy, this is going to be pretty much a flag out of the gates here, guys, on UUU. We got a nice little pullback. This looks, I wanted to trade that so bad, but I didn't want to trade like a minute before the market opened. This could be a really quick break above 4.8. This should be really interesting. VWAP is around 6% lower. Nice, Harley, good to know. Pre-market bong rips, Jesus. I don't know if I could do that, but everyone's different. Find what works for you. 8 seconds, guys. Good luck, everyone. Where's my volume? Right in a good spot. Bring. All right, popping higher here. You know, I was really expecting this. I like what I'm seeing. I personally, myself, could have not done it. Especially after yesterday. Looks good, 4.8. Computer's a little bit faster now. Okay, nice, open. Are we going to pull back to VWAP? Right now we're having a 9 EMA retest. Could easily shoot here. Solid move. Pulling back again. Whew. Land of indecision here. Wow, big sell-off there for sure. Try to get an entry there at 4.4, but it was too late. I'm gonna watch this one a little bit, see how far we go below VWAP. Watch out, guys, 9 EMA now resistance. Keep that in mind. Let's see. Second minute now into the open. VWAP looks to be like it's trying to hold, but I'm not buying it yet. It's a big flush in the first candle, so I'm being a little bit patient here. Gotta give it to it. VWAP is holding though. Sticker is absolutely crazy. See if we can get a breakout here. Close my limit order. No, I didn't. Looking for that break into the 4/8. Took profit there. Sold at 75. Talk about selling too soon. It's a nice rip. Wrapped up some decent profits on that one. It was a quick move, kind of sketchy. 4/8, some support there. 9 EMA support. Should have another break now above 5 if this area holds. It's a risky trade because we could easily rip down back to VWAP. It would be a 6% loss. Support's trying to come in here. 20 more seconds into the minute. Struggling. This is a lead gapper though. This is the main ticker on the table. Nice move there. Try to trade that one. Missed it. Nice break of 5. Oh man, this is a flushy ticker, guys. Very, very flushy. Just kind of going all over the place. It's hard to... Wow, look at that. That's why I take profits so quickly. Some of these trades I only hold for a few seconds. It's not my favorite way to trade, but that's just how it is on a ticker like this at the open. Scanner is not loaded yet on TD Ameritrade. UUU selling off. Possible break of VWAP, watching it. To me, that looked like a fake out. So to me, this is in a downwards trend right now. That's why I'm not buying in this area. This is not necessarily a, I think if anything, this is a dead cat bounce. So I'm not going long here. I would probably consider it something in the mid-30s. Just went long there at 31. Bought more. Possible to take profits. Nope. Looks like we're down on this one. Key thing is you don't want to get stuck in a hold. All right, I'm selling this one, small profit. Dip trade, got to be careful with those guys. Dip trades, I'm never looking for a home run trade. Never, never, never. I'm looking for a very secure base hit. and even then they're pretty sketchy. I'm trying to do them a little bit less. Sometimes they're amazing if there's not a lot going on. But on high flyers, fast moving tickers, dip trading is much trickier to do and higher risk because you're kind of sometimes buying into a flush, and it's not something I really would always advise to do. But it's really like one of my favorite normal strategies, so that's why I do keep practicing it in these rougher conditions. I'll tell you what, I'm definitely not doing anything for my average win size right now. I'm probably destroying my averages right now. $4.15 is huge support on UUU. I'm looking at $4.10, $4.15 as the next critical zone. We have bigger support around $3.90. So if that area breaks, that's pretty much what you're going to be risking at that point. Just looking around here a bit, PINS, actually an interesting open on PINS. I'm not a big fan of the price range. IPHI, one of the lead gappers here, but I think this was, what was this, an acquisition or something? I don't know. UUU, Pen, ITP, let's see, yeah, this one just kept selling off. I did not like how ITP was trading, so I don't know, I gave back enough profits on ITP. So at one point I realized I suck at trading ITP. This was not the ticker for me, so I just decided to move on. That's why I'm not really looking at it anymore. UUU, I'm having a better success ratio. This one, it's moving a little bit more like I like, and that's why I'm kind of overly focused on UUU right now. Let's see if UU holds here. I think 9 EMA is going to be that resistance. It wasn't. So let's see how much it drops here. I'm looking at 4.2. Break of 4.2 would be an interesting spot. And then maybe start accumulating around 4.10. I don't know if that's going to happen. Might break back above 9 EMA, but I'm not trading that because it's a high risk setup. Your reward is maybe VWAP, but you're risking that flush. So it's not a setup for me right here. NIO getting called out. I feel like I got a little itch right now because I'm craving some more coffee. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you are enjoying the content or if you're learning something new. I really do appreciate it. It's the easiest way to support the channel. And consider subscribing if you're new. UUU, guys, selling off. This is the flush we were waiting for. Let's see if it breaks 420. Nope, it was just a little bit of a dip. Okay. Trying again now. Again, big support came in. That's actually quite a bullish sign. Look at that move above the 9 EMA. Wow, wow, wow. Such light volume though. I'd be so nervous trading this one. I have no ounce of desire to be in this setup. POLA getting called out. Yeah, nice, good pullback there. Did this one get halted? Kind of looks like it got halted. 18%. No catalyst that I see. Yeah, it's a Polar Power. Is this a solar company? Maybe it's a sympathy play. Big resistance at 4. This is a bottom bound setup, guys. This could be good on POLA. Not sure how much more it's going to sell off. Worth looking at. Right now, it's definitely hitting some resistance, but I would probably consider buying this one on maybe a move closer to the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. It's probably what I would keep an eye on for. Looks good so far, though. Yeah, Paragon Rex. Yeah, the news on UUU is absolutely all sorts of out of whack. It even like highlights what's wrong with the company, if anything. So I really don't get why this one's up so much today. I think a big reason is just people are looking for something to trade. It's been a really rough week and not getting a lot of resolution. So Corey says APOP. Getting some resolution here. Crawling up, decent volume. UUU just broke VWAP, guys. What? This is insane. This is such a high risk setup, but congrats to anyone that is getting it. Hold on, let me go back here. Looks like there's a catalyst on APOP though. Could be interesting. Now the setup is a little bit less risky because now we're trading a 9 EMA pullback above VWAP. Now it's a whole different game. This thing confirmed that there's more buyers in here. I'm going to confirm that there's some more strength. What makes me nervous on UUU is that flush right to the left. That's what's making me nervous. Good momentum. Buy volume coming in as well. It's 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So much resistance here. Makes me very nervous. I'd want to get a really aggressive early on this ticker. 68. When I just said I wanted to get really aggressive, I literally just meant buying that candle. I was thinking we might see a little bit more of a dip. Didn't get the entry. I don't feel like chasing it now. I would have took profits and left this one. So let's see. Crazy. This thing's all over the place. There's buyers here though. Don't know if I'm long that. To open. Actually should have been long just now. I placed the limit order. Didn't go through. Wanted to buy that dip and then sell on that 4.6. High risk trade, but okay, well. I hope that ticker doesn't just pop up that says I'm long. Should have had a fill. In this case, it worked out in my favor. if, I don't know. Okay, watching UUU, guys. 4/4 is big support. Last flush was really, really strong. It was a total move of 17%. Just keep that in mind. Right now we're down about 12% on that move. Yeah, Robert, I called them yesterday. Got half my trade back because one of the fills was not supposed to happen. They confirmed it and they removed that half of the fill. Could be going to new lows now. Right now it's at almost a perfect double bottom. Last low was at like 23 roughly, 423. Right now it's 9:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Markets are pretty much neutral. My swings are kind of green, which is nice. Yeah, their support's pretty good. I usually always call them if there's some sort of legitimate issue. The problem is sometimes the waiting time. Yesterday was pretty quick. I've been on hold for I've had calls over 2 hours though. So it's like usually it's not that bad, but that's sometimes the worst part. $9:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Waiting here for a good setup. I don't see a good setup here. I don't see anything I really want to be trading. Nice little bounce there on UUU. ITP really doesn't spark any interest for me. Check out NIO. Anyone day trading NIO? NIO has a huge flat top that it could possibly break out here, 29. I tried once already. It looks like it's actually setting up for another move. I usually don't day trade tickers like this, mid-large caps, for obvious reasons. But yeah, NIO is on our EV list. And the EVs today are kind of a mixed bag. NIO is up nicely. NIO is actually the biggest winner on the EVs in our watch list right now. Is there a catalyst on NIO that I'm not aware of? Price target, increase. China's EVs are catching up, blah, blah, blah. So it looks like overall sector is up in China. China's economy is actually one of the best this year. It looks like that's driving investor sentiment. Yeah, George, I have a whole entire foundation video series where we go over the fundamentals of everything that we do here. It's totally free. There's like a 14-day trial on Skillshare for it, but you could do the whole thing in like 2 hours. It's that first link in the video description below, tradejournal.co/connect, and then you can find all the goodies there. Still watching UUU. I'm still thinking this is one of the interesting setups. We could potentially day trade NIO. It's not really something that I'm crazy about doing, but it's definitely something I would consider. Also, something to consider is UUU is only down about 11%, 10% roughly from the open. It never went further than that from the open. So that's actually quite a bullish sign. UUU might be able to pop back above VWAP, maybe make a new high. So I think this one's really kind of worth watching here, unless it, if it keeps dipping off, then maybe not. But for now, especially with that 2 million float, so yeah, this is the /connect page, tradejournal.co/connect. And then this is the foundation series. Should get you up to speed. We've been getting a lot of good feedback on it. It's very quick, very straightforward, just so you know all the terminology. And there's a little checklist PDF you guys definitely want to download. Yeah. Yeah, Corey, I agree. It's holding very, very nicely. 2 million float. Let's see what it can do. Wow, look at that move on UUU. Just absolutely amazing. Oops, not even on the main screen. Nice call on NIO though. It's just broke a very key area. NIO is going to be probably a really nice large cap swing trade or day trade. The problem I have at this point with UUU is we're kind of in a very serious pattern of flushes on breaks of key resistance. Originally at $4.90, $5, and then VWAP, and then now again VWAP. It's not the nicest place for a ticker to be because everyone sees that this thing, has that high flush possibility. Yeah, actually, Josh Williams, I just read that message, and sometimes they do that on a ticker that they don't feel like is a safe stock. Possible entry here. Oh, we just got stuck in that nasty dip. I don't know if you guys saw that. Hoo-wee. This was an honest mistake. I thought we were gonna have a healthy pullback. I even just said there's a high chance of flushing, and I still went long on it. So that was totally honest mistake. Giving back some profits here is what it is. Got to watch out. Don't want to get halted in, guys. Don't want this to be a halt. Gonna close out here. I'm going to wrap up that. That was a $200 loss. It is what it is. Gave back some serious profit on that, but that was, my mistake. I should have been avoiding a situation like that, and I didn't. So big mistake there on my end. Luckily, it wasn't too bad of a loss. Entered at 54, went down to 30. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but it was like a 5% loss. Totally in the realm of possibilities. I closed out at 0.325. I was thinking, okay, well, this has that chance that it's going to keep dipping down. I don't want to, make a $200 loss into a $400, $500, $600 loss or a halt or some pending news. Yeah, there was that chance it was going to pop right back up, right? But I didn't want to risk it. It crawled back up pretty okay. Our entry was at 54 and it was almost back at that area. 4% bounce, pretty strong. Sometimes you want to get in these rallies early. Could see that break if you up. Yeah, that was a bit of an unfortunate trade, honestly, now I think about it. Totally unnecessary. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, and it already feels like the small cap world is dead today. It's a little bit unfortunate, huh? Would really like if we had just a little bit of more momentum in here. Polo had that pretty wicked flush. I really like this bit of a support zone here. This was nice on Pola. Yeah, so I had that perfect retest that 90 EMA and then it ripped up on up 16%. Really sweet move there. Probably would have been worth paying a little bit more attention to. Didn't see a catalyst though, but it's a solar panel sympathy play near big support. So it's just going to keep bouncing around. That's what it is. UUU trying to break VWAP here. Back in action, this ticker. Check out the 5-minute chart on UUU. It's just an absolute consolidation nightmare. This is actually the first 5-minute breakout here that it's having. Sweet, solid move there. $69 big support zone. Wow, look at this thing go. I see some momentum back in here. Had an entry on this one. Just stopped out pretty much at the same entry price, actually 1 cent below, so that was a loss, but luckily I recovered. Man, the dips on this thing are ridiculous. It's not your typical play, for sure. Sell volume's lighter, that's a good sign. It was trading much better pre-market. Pre-market, this thing was so clean. Now it's just, it's like the opposite of that, so that's a little bit disappointing here. I think new rule, not trading this one near the highs anymore. Good 5-minute setup though. Overall, it looks really clean. In terms of the 5-minute and the 1-minute pullback, that's a nice solid setup. But the way it flushes is just something you got to keep in mind with this ticker. It's not that clean in that aspect. Carmela, I feel you on that. Oh, look at that. Just so nasty, this ticker. So nasty. I'm not even really sure what to say after seeing this one. Like, I almost want to wrap it up here, but if we see some good moves, then maybe I'll consider it. I really don't want to get stuck in another 4, 5, 6, 7% flush. It's a little nasty. I should have seen it coming. You know, I even said, like, there's a high chance of it happening, and I still walked right into it. I don't know. Nice, Corey. Happy you worked out. Yeah, annoying price action is a good way to put it, Ben. It's like you gotta throw your strategies and reason out the window and just buy the wicks, the downside wicks, and then sell on the first retest, which is kind of an annoying way to trade, but that looks like the way it's working today. Big question here is UUU finally going to, is it finally going to sell off? You bought on the split, Anthony. Apple has a tendency after all of its splits to go down. I forgot the percentages were 5-10% or so after a split. Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think Apple is a great company, and I think honestly, averaging down, putting into my long-term portfolio and just averaging, buying on larger dips is what I would do with that company. But I wouldn't day trade it, or I wouldn't really swing trade it either. I just feel like it's too slow for that. Anthony, it's so true, so true. I mean, Wild Boys, you could almost do a put and call at the same time. Just read that on UUU. Yeah, this thing's so nasty, huh? What is going on with this ticker? It's trying again. I'm not totally sure what to think about this. UUU has almost $200 million in dollar volume today. That's a pretty good amount. I don't know why, but I have modern talking in my head right now. It's really messing me up a little bit here. Nice, NP. Ollie, check our FAQ section out. We have a video on setting up free scanners. I'm having a really hard time getting a read on UUU. I actually missed how it was trading pre-market. It was trading like a classic ticker. Sometimes the breaks to the upside were a little bit strong, but overall it wasn't flushy. Now it's really just a bit hectic here for sure. I try small size here, UUU. I like that possible flag pattern that's setting up here. Fairly clean. Try to trade UUU. Yeah, I had a nice flag pattern. I tried to go along the flag pattern, but I was just short of my entry. You can kind of see it here. Now I'm a little bit nervous on chasing this ticker from what we've seen before. A little bit bigger volume though. Nice move on UUU, trying to break. 511 is that high. Well, yeah, there, I just got stopped out of the day. Gave back all my profits on that move. Yep. I don't think I've ever seen that ridiculous move before. I should have just not traded it. I don't know why I did, but whatever. Yeah, so that stopped me out of the day. I'm down now $400 on the day, which sucks because actually my swing trades are actually doing all right today. Man, ITP and UUU, you know, both of these tickers I was green on the day. I was up 500 something dollars on the day, and I literally, ever since the market opened, I went from 300 to 500 and then negative 170. I got stuck in 3 flushes. My fault. You know, I should have not been trading a ticker that was flushing this much. The reason I probably did continue trading it is because I was having a lot of success with it pre-market. It wasn't trading like this. And I thought maybe this was just like a first 30 minutes of the day kind of thing. I don't know. Is what it is. Anyway, it stopped me out of the day here. So yeah, that last trade, wow, we just gave back some fat daddy profits on that, unfortunately. Yeah, so also what's really nasty is we actually had a double fill on that one. Yeah, it is what it is. So yikes, for sure. Yeah, so that pretty much wraps up day trading for me. I'm going to grab a coffee and then we can talk about swing trades. I'm fortunately stopped out for the day. I'm not allowed to go past 10% of my average position size on any one day, or at least I'm not allowed to continue trading past when I'm down 10% of my average position size when my overall portfolio is red. So that's why I have to stop myself out of trading. I'm down $400 today. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate, you know. Just last trade, I was like, you know what? I should just wrap up here. I'm up like 370. I was thinking in my head, you know, why not? 370 on UUU alone. I was still down on ITP, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, George, it's not like I'm not upset, but you know, it's like to me, this isn't really, it's just another day at the office, you know. Yeah, Constantine, that's true. I did say not to get in on the highs, but you know, I actually, yeah, I don't know. What's high on this ticker? It's so hard to say. It went up to 510. I bought it 470. An average of 473. I bought it 487 and then at 459. So yeah, 487 and then a fill at 459. The problem with the 459 one is I didn't even have a chance to remove it. It just happened. It was just happened so fast. Man, that was nasty. That was so nasty. So yeah, we're right on the day here. So unfortunate, you know. I was really hoping today would be a little bit more of a move in the right direction. So this, I think this week for me might be officially a red week for me. Is what it is. Let's quickly check it out. Let's check it out. I'm curious. I'm curious. Do I feel like I was too antsy for the breakout? Robert's wondering. You know, I think this is why I'm a little bit, maybe a little bit annoyed. Every time it pulled back and consolidated, I was like, there's a high chance it's going to rip again. Let me accumulate now and then sell into the rip. And then I think because I didn't do that, I don't know if I was, you know, why I didn't do that. There's probably many reasons. Because there wasn't a clear pattern. I would have been, who knows, breaking another rule. Because I didn't do that, it broke to the upside, created a quote-unquote great setup based on, you know, all the setups we always trade. I traded that setup and then it flushed, right? And I probably jumped into that setup with kind of with a fear that it was going to pull to the downside, but probably FOMO was driving my decisions a little bit too much because I just missed the move. I was thinking in my head, yeah, it's been a sloppy month for me. We've had $10,000 in profits and $5,000 in losses. So usually it's not that drastic. Usually I'm a little bit more consistent, but October, now the end of October, it's not been the best month in terms of consistency. I would probably say every day has been kind of a little bit different. Yeah, so this week I'm only up $260, and after today I'm fortunately 260 minus 240 minus 170. Yeah, so I'm gonna be down $250 this week. It's a little depressing. It's a little depressing because you show up to work every day and you know, you got money to pay at the end of the week for it. Oh boy. What's it doing now? I haven't even been watching it. Probably better if I don't watch it. Silly me. Should have never went long on that last one. All right, I'm going to take a quick coffee break, and then I will be right back in like a minute, 2 minutes maybe. Would be a little bit safer to say. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, well, now that you guys heard me go to the bathroom, I feel like we're all closer friends and family here. Lance with the very smart, sustainable trading idea of the day. Let's see what UUU is doing. UUU. It's trying to break out here, but nothing's really happening. I gotta say, I'm happy though, at least the swing trades are up. It's kind of funny, you know, being down 400 bucks today with our day trading, and our account P&L in the day is actually green. That's, oof, man, ours, we were so red, let's just say, huh? It was a pretty nasty, nasty little downwards trend we were stuck in. Do I think the market will keep on dropping? It's hard to say. I hope not. Well, guys, this is why. All right, new rule. If a ticker is this flushy this many times, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flushes already, and it's 10:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got stuck in 2 of the flushes, and I went from up pretty much 400 to down 400. So ridiculous. Anyway, you know, there's no point in trading a ticker that has these constant negative patterns. So yeah, pretty much new rule there. Nice, Bren. There was a catalyst, it just wasn't very good, Wild Boys. I wouldn't really average down on a ticker like this that's showing no upwards momentum. I'd be very careful, Lance. Nice, Bren. Oh man, Consti, I'm sorry to hear that, man. It sucks, man. None of us today should have been stuck in that flush. I mean, it was so predictable. That's what's annoying. I mean, we saw this thing flush in the market open. We saw it flush after it didn't hold VWAP. Then I traded it twice, got stuck in a flush, then traded it again, got stuck in a flush. That cut me out for the day because I was down on my max loss for the day, and then boom, again flushing. So that's why you have max losses on a day, because when you're down, you don't think emotionally anymore. You're just, I mean, you don't think rationally, you think emotionally. And then, you know, I could have easily went in right here with big position size, and then all of a sudden, you know, really gave back, you know, a week or two of profits in one move. Damn, Constantine. Yeah, it was quick, huh? Nice recon. Yeah, that was a smart move with Pola. I probably should have switched over to Pola, but the problem, like, honestly, I was having some really good trades with UUU, and then Pola didn't even have a catalyst. So I was like, oh man, why would I want to trade this ticker? But yeah, it actually ended up performing much nicer. Really clean pullbacks here above VWAP. Didn't have those nasty flushes. I mean, yeah, this is a dip, but you know, it's only 5%, and it's not a buy zone either. So much better setup there. Christopher DeBose, what causes those drastic flushes? I don't know, probably just a big seller. Who knows? Maybe it's the guy who wrote the letter that's trying to dump his shares. I would not be surprised. I would be dumping my shares today too if I was him. If he already doesn't like how the management's going about it. Walgreens boosts the lines. You know what? Walgreens is roughly near my support zone, so this could be a great acquisition on the break of 33 into the 30s. I could really see it. I probably wouldn't put it into a swing. I wouldn't probably make a swing trade out of it. I'd probably make an investment out of it and then keep buying on the break of 30 and average down further. I think this one will be hard to time properly. It's a larger company. I find tickers like this to be extra tricky to swing trade. So I would probably just accumulate in these areas and then look for you know, have like a 1 year time frame and then maybe look for a move back into the 50s. And then, you know, look to take profits there. And the reason I would be looking for the 50s is because it's like a half of $100. It's a very key psychological zone, and we're always looking for those kind of key psychological zones. I would maybe even take profits before that into the 40s. But yeah, it's, you know, there's never going to be a perfect place where you're like, boom, right here, it's going to have a reversal, right? But yeah, right around like 49, it looks like there's quite a bit of resistance that pops its head up. So I'd be careful around the 49s. But yeah, that's probably how I would treat WBA. Let's actually check out Bitcoin a little bit here today. So far, so good on BTC. I'm kind of wondering if, you know, if this is the break of momentum right here, and then right now we're having a dead cat bounce and we're going to, you know, keep selling off back to 12,500 or so. Or if maybe there's just going to be a little bit of a dip, maybe a continuation back up. Let's see, go to the 4 hour, see if we can learn a little bit more. 4 hour, the momentum definitely looks like it's shifted a little bit. That was a lot of sell volume there on that break. Should be interesting to see what kind of moves. In upwards trend, Bitcoin, you know, has no problem dipping around 8%, it looks like. Sometimes even a little bit further, but this is a clear reversal. So this was about a 7.5% dip. If it dips more than this, then the trend might be over temporarily. It's been a heck of a rally so far, though. Hertz is a crazy ticker to trade. Hertz is just one of those stocks that's a bit like the slot machine. You can just hold it for a while. You never know if it's just going to randomly go up exponentially at one point. Yeah, this thing pops so hard, but it's a bankrupt company, so it should just be trending to the downside for now. They do have funding to pay off their debt, though, so they're going to be remaining in operation. So maybe they will have a reversal at one point. Who knows? James is wondering what color my VWAP line is. It's purple. It's the purple color in the middle. And then the second deviation is the kind of reddish, kind of salmon color, and then yellow here at the bottom is the -2 deviations. This is actually a good setup here on Hertz. Nice 9 EMA pullback. I would probably consider trading this one. 189. Let's see how it goes. I'm not allowed to trade anymore for the day, though. I'm stopped out. 190. Let's see. Thinking in my head. Well, that's a lot of selling volume, though. Not the nicest place to be if we were long 190. It's popping, reversing a little bit. The problem with this ticker is, you know, I haven't really been following it, so I don't know necessarily why it's up today. It doesn't look like it has any news. I don't really know where the major resistance is. Looks like $2 is definitely going to be a bit of resistance. So yeah, to me, I'm not jumping in any trades, especially on the ticker I haven't really been following. Nice, Brian. That's a good idea. Dollar cost averaging. Smart lady. Let me go through some of those. Shrikant. SPCE really, what a big dip there, huh? Fell off a cliff there, 30% move to the downside. CLSK with a perfect bounce off a 7, just like we've seen in the past. Really, really sweet there. That gives me a little bit of FOMO, I gotta say, because I kind of wanted that $7 bounce. CCL, oof, man, Carnival Cruise Lines really. What's RCL, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines? What are they doing? I was actually originally going to buy these guys at 60, and then I moved down my limit order to 50, but then I removed it because I was getting over allocated in swing trades in this account. Can't have that. Zoom. To me, Zoom is just, it's overextended. I feel like I've been saying this like a broken record on a lot of stocks, just like NIO. You know, no matter how great the company is, anything that goes up, you know, 1,000+% is just, in my eyes, like, whew, you just got to watch out. So this one in last year, May, was at 59. You know, that was 1,000% move. 10x growth, right? So yeah, I don't know. To me, it's kind of the same company. More people probably know about it now, which is super valuable. I don't want to discount that, but I would have a hard time buying in these levels for sure. PE ratio, guys, is 716. That is ridiculously high. I don't think I can do it. When this thing drops, it's going to drop pretty hard. If I was them, I would take advantage of these high stock prices and do an offering, probably. It's a $200 billion company. No, I'm sorry. No. Zoomer's way overrated. I totally agree. Simple Creator. I mean, it's clearly still an upwards trend, so I wouldn't be shorting something that's going to the upside, but I'm not buying something with this much risk of dropping. It had a low of, I mean, this thing's up 3,000%, had a low of $1. Well, not 3,000, maybe like 2,500 or 2,700 or something. I just couldn't see myself buying this one, so it's a no trade for me. But I've been saying that pretty consistently since like September, even before September. I think even in like July I was saying that. So you just don't really know how far these companies can go. But in my eyes, you're going to be risking. You're going to be risking an offering or something coming out, and this ticker could easily drop back to 20. And if it drops back to 20, I think that's pretty much a guaranteed loss, unless this thing, you know, in 2-3 years eventually has a recovery that's really nice. And I wouldn't want to put I don't think I could sleep at night if I was holding NIO in these areas, if I was swing trading it. Now, if I was a long-term investor, yada yada, it's a little bit different. But I'd still probably consider taking some profits off the table. HYLN, I think it's going to see a lot of support around 20. I think that's a number a lot of people have ingrained in their heads because Kramer was talking about the 20s for potential buy. I think it has that potential to break above the 9 EMA and then go into the 25s. I would like to see that zone again. Maybe we'll even reach 30, but I don't know. Definitely want to be a little bit cautious there on that one. EV tickers overall, let's go check out some of these bad boys. So, you know, Tesla is en route. In 2019, they made a little over 300,000 cars. In 2021, they're in position to be making over 2 million cars. That's crazy. Really, really good for Tesla. I mean, they've been growing literally exponentially. So awesome stuff there. Great following this company. I'm not long this company in terms of swing trades, but it is a company that I've spoke about many times, just accumulating. TM, Toyota Motors. This thing is a little bit all over the place. Don't really see a clear move on that one. Nice move there on GM. After it broke 30, I mean, this was a pure momentum play. This thing is really picking up some volume here. Nice to see that. Also, very strong sign on GM is it broke that shoulder here at 35. That's a really, really good move. And broke it with actually pretty decent volume as well. We'll talk about Solo in a second. XPEV is actually one of the biggest EV companies that's up right now behind NIO. Really, really nice. I've been waiting for XPEV to go into the 17 zones. I'm not sure if we'll see that. NKLA, this thing's kind of dying out here. It's no longer as interesting. Plug, big sell-off here. Wow, very wicked sell-off, actually. I wonder if it's going to consolidate in these zones or if it's going to keep dipping down like that. Workhorse, again, is falling off a cliff. If I bought at the 20s, I would have wanted to do a very quick 9 EMA retest kind of trade. That was a 10% pop, so it could have been possible. I'd be very careful here. I mean, 15 is going to be the next big support zone. If we break 15, though, who knows? Who knows how far it's going to go back down? I mean, this thing has been on a ridiculously strong climb. I'm not sure if it's totally warranted for where the company Workhorse is, so a little skeptical on that. Don't know much about this company, so I can't really comment on that yet. HCAC is such a slow mover. Hennessy Cap Acquisition Corp. So it looks like Canoo should be, the EV company Canoo should be finally coming to acquisition with this company. Let's hope for the best on it. I'm long that one. KNDI. This one really looks like a small cap in all eyes, in all honesty, and kind of is one. 361 million market cap, 54 million shares outstanding. It's definitely a classic small cap. Bigger support at 6. I would probably consider trading it closer to like 550 or so. Yeah, KCAC. I gotta say, the Kensington Cap Acquisition Corp. Man, this thing sold off so much. Way harder than I would have expected. So I'm down quite a bit on this one. Looking for a return to 14, and then maybe I'll close out and cut my losses there. Saying I wish I bought Tesla during that pandemic. Like I said, I don't swing trade it. I invest in Tesla. I actually don't really know enough about Solo to make a valid comment on this one. Looks like Solo, though, is really a bit of a momentum play. They really went up with all the EV spikes. Now it's kind of consolidating in these higher price ranges, but I'm a little bit nervous for a ticker like this. I mean, the car looks a little ridiculous in my eyes. 100-mile range. I'm not really sure why somebody would buy something like this. I mean, look how stressful. Look how stressful it looks even doing some proper grocery shopping on this little Spritzkanone. The problem with it, it's like it's bigger than a motorcycle, so you still probably have a hard time, you know, parking in a city to some extent. And if you're out here in the kind of the landscape like this guy is, then there's no need for a small car that doesn't fit anything. And then you have this guy at the grocery store, which really is just bad advertising in my eyes. I don't know, maybe this is a great company, but you know, looking into it, I'm a little bit skeptical, I gotta say. Well, talk about forgetting about my red day today. This is almost comedic here. I'm sure there's an audience out there for this one, but it seems like, you know, if you're in a city, then you know, then maybe you want to have like a Mini or something, then you might as well have like a proper car where you could fit 2 people, not just one person. This thing's kind of like a motorcycle to some extent, but then you might as well have a motorcycle. It's just like, what is it, you know? Yeah, so I don't know. It's not probably something that I would invest into personally, but hey, that doesn't mean we're not going to trade it, right? We've already traded solo several times in the past. Right now, it does look like 2.5 is big support. That would be an interesting zone. But if it's back at 2.5 now, then maybe it's falling off a cliff. So I'd be careful. If anything, I'd rather buy this into some momentum. Let's here go to the daily chart on this one, kind of look into it a little bit more. Yeah, it looks like 755 is kind of intraday support right now. Oops, never mind. Sorry, that was a different ticker. I was like, wait, what? It's not at $7. Yeah, so $3 is big resistance. Looks like 2.8, I would probably argue, is a bit more support. So if I was going to buy this one and I believed in this company, I knew something really valuable about this company, I'd probably be looking for some bigger support around 2.8 before I went long this ticker. But in all honesty, 240 million market cap. Is this thing selling something? Its income is negative $21 million. So it has a negative income at the moment. I don't know. I just don't know enough about this company, to be honest. I would have to really look into it, but it could just be an EV hype. That would be my biggest concern. I would have to check out, you know, how they're what they're actually planning to sell here, and then try to compare it maybe to another EV company a little bit more. Christopher says if you get in an accident, you're super done. Lance, if you're wondering about this, it's right here on the right side. You can select different things, and it's called phase score, and then you can go through different phase scores of the company, growth phase, stock highlights, and all that fun stuff. Jay, what's price pattern? That I don't know what that is. It is up 18% today, so pretty interesting. I think we're actually going to wrap it up here. I'm not really sure what else I really want to go over today. I'm more or less free. Oh, actually, there is one thing I do want to tell you guys. I've been doing this now for about a month, and I just got my mom on board like 2 weeks ago, and this is going to sound kind of funny. She's a huge fan, and now we're always checking this together. And I actually found out about it from Graham Stefan on YouTube. He talked about this a little bit, and at first I was kind of skeptical, but then I checked it out myself, and it's probably one of the better savings accounts that I have now, and it's actually quite fun because it's tied to the lottery. And since this is a day trading channel and we're all about consistency and sustainability, we don't like things that are on the borderline of gambling, right? So what I like about this with this thing is on Yoda. It's a savings account that pays you one lottery ticket for every $25 you have in the account. And I just put like $100 in it to try it out, and now I have now I have $400 in it, and I've already won like a couple of dollars, which is pretty sweet because I'm up 1.5% roughly right now. That's a pretty crazy savings account. I have yet to win anything too big on lottery. I think my biggest win was like 70 cents one week, but I only had $100. This week I just put in 400, so now I got a few more lottery tickets, which is actually fun. So yeah, I don't know, it's good fun. If you guys want to sign up, you can use the code Winkler, Winkler, and you get an additional 100 lottery tickets. I don't know, try it out, don't try it out, but to me, I've never had a savings account. I don't really care for a savings account. I always put my money in long-term stocks. I put it into a dividend portfolio. I don't know, put it into my company. But this is the only savings account to me so far that actually makes sense because it's one of the highest percent gainers. And well, you have a little bit of fun here with the lottery app that I now play with my mom. It's actually, there's not a lot of playing. You just kind of see in the evening every day if you win. So this is going to be one of the sponsors on the channels. I've spoke to them already. They hooked me up with the code Winkler, Winkler, and it's also 100% insured. So just like a normal bank, if the bank goes under, the government will insure up to $250,000. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You pick your numbers, you get your weekly draws, and you have the chance to win $10 million. That's not really why I'm doing it, but I do like the percentages on this bank. Very, very nice. So worth checking out here. Yeah, if you guys are interested, if you guys do it, definitely let me know. I'd be generally curious, and we could maybe make a Discord room where we all see who's winning the most every week. That'd be kind of good fun. So actually, you know what? I might actually do that because this is pretty ridiculous. Jason says, please take a look at bigger online gambling and gaming stocks. Yeah, we could go through that as well very quickly. Again, guys, Winkler, Winkler, if you use that code, which is basically my last name, or go here /connect and check it out here, you can get that 100 free lottery tickets. Let's check out DKNG. This is actually one of the online gaming platforms, sports betting, DraftKings. We're actually long
DKNG. The problem was we were kind of accumulating here near this big breakout zone between $40 and $43 with an average, let's see, what was the average at 42, 43. We're down about $500 on this stock. I am waiting for this one to ideally bounce back up. Unfortunately, they did an offering. Never a big fan of these larger companies doing an offering. So I think that took a little bit of a hit on this company, but I think DraftKings is definitely a good pick. I like the board. It has pretty good PR overall. I think it's just been selling off a little bit. Hopefully it's overextended to the downside, but I'm fairly long DKNG. Yeah. Tons more research I could do about these companies. I don't follow them too closely, but I do like this one. You also have Bets. I think it's with a Z. It's an ETF you can follow for these online gaming platforms, which for some people might be a little bit more interesting. Then you don't have to pick a specific company, you could just kind of follow an index of these companies, and yeah, it might be a good idea as well. Plus, right now, BETS is coming towards some bigger support, so it could be a good accumulation zone. Then you also have Penn National Gaming. This one actually had a huge dip recently. Maybe possible entry around 50. If it goes below 50, around the 40s, I think I'd be accumulating this one myself. Again, I'm probably not the best one to talk about these companies, so do your own research. Just based on price action and knowing that this is a really hot sector makes me personally more interested about them. MGEN, ticker from yesterday. Not even sure if I want to look at it before I get the shivers. Although MGEN, I think we did okay on this one. It was really SCKT that I fumbled around so hard. I usually don't care much for price targets unless there's a really good kind of breakdown of the price targets. But price targets get thrown around so much. If price target is a lead catalyst for a stock moving, I almost like disregard it. Have really bad follow throughs on price targets. Unless there's something coming out that's fundamentally news on the company, and then there's also price targets that get changed, right? That's a little bit different. I don't know. MGEN isn't really a ticker I'm too interested in. I'll day trade this one again, but for investing, it's not something that I want to be holding on to. I usually like swing trading and investing in mid caps to large caps, not small caps. Is the market going to crash tomorrow? The market does what the market wants to do. Who knows? Maybe. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Kind of a sad day here for me. We were up so nicely at one point, and then I got stuck in two or three nasty flushes and gave it all back, down about $400 with our day trading. Our swing trades are a little bit better today, so at least that's a sign of positivity. Otherwise, I'm a little disappointed in myself with the day trading today. But that's just how it is. So on the way out, guys, don't forget to drop a like. I really do appreciate it if you learned something here today and if you enjoy the community. But yeah, it's been a kind of a hectic day trading week here for me, and I think a lot of people. I don't know anything about this company, LCA. It doesn't ring a bell at the moment. But yeah, you could argue that right now it's near some pretty decent support, but I would have to look into this more to really talk about it. But right now, $12 looks to be holding. Definitely an interesting spot. And then be careful though, because this thing originally came from 10, so I'd be a little bit careful on that end. All right, guys, take care. Stay safe, make some awesome trades. I'll see you next time, and I'll see you guys in the recap video. Till then, ciao, guys.